Welcome back to Storytime. In today's episode, we're going to be continuing our summertime theme with the prompt, as a child, you spent many summers at a relative's cabin, playing with a girl in the woods. You realized she was imaginary years later. You return to the cabin as an adult, finding her shoes where neither you nor your relative could have put them. Things get stranger as you continue. Today's story comes from user OrderedChaos. When I was a kid, my parents took it upon themselves to bring my brother and me to the mountains every summer. They'd rent a cabin and we'd spend 2 weeks in the backwoods. It would have been pretty unbearable if it weren't for Tally. Oh, Tally. She was the embodiment of summer when I was young. Tally was a beautiful little girl in the way that children think of things as beautiful. And you know, I think I loved her. Maybe not romantically, certainly not in any sort of lustful way. In those days, girls had cooties after all. No, I loved her in the way that you love the smell of the woods in the summer or the cool touch of water on a hot day. It was a deep affection, far beyond mere human connections. Tally was a girl about my age then, maybe 7 or 8. She had curly brown hair that almost always had leaves or debris in it. She had green eyes, I remember, like the light that shines through leaves. She wore a pair of red shoes that were the color of fresh strawberries. She always had a laugh on her lips and was up for any adventure or shenanigans. I lost track of all the times Tally would lead me through the woods down a myriad of game trails, how we would climb trees, walking over fallen logs, over babbling brooks. Together, we delved into forgotten dens and hollows where no human had ever treaded before. We ran through mountain meadows. We chased fireflies under starry skies and flickered like sprites through the trees. Tally was summertime personified, and I loved her. The strange thing about her is that nobody but me ever saw Tally, though of course I told them all about her. She would appear near the cabin at dawn, and we would be up and out all day and well into the night, only returning to grab meals. But it was far more than that. I grew excited to see Tally as school drew to a close, and I longed for her from the moment we left the cabin. And then she wasn't there. It was the summer my dad passed. I was 12 then. He had an allergic reaction to a shrimp and died on the way to the hospital. My mom still brought John and I to the cabin that summer. She was putting on a brave face for us, trying to make everything seem normal. She never let us know about it, but my brother and I could hear her crying at night. It was hard on all of us. To make everything worse, Tally wasn't there. No one had seen her. No one knew who she was. I think that was the saddest summer of my life. No dad, no Tally, no friends to take my mind off things. I tried to do the things Tally and I would do, but it was too lonely to go it alone. I spent most of that summer reading and sitting quietly. I never saw Tally again. I lost her somehow. My summertime childhood friend was gone. Well, the next summer we didn't go back to the mountains. We couldn't afford to go. Mom started working 2 jobs and she didn't get much time off. John started working odd jobs when he turned 16, and 2 years later I started doing the same. I spent my summers working as a lifeguard, a farmhand, washing cars. Summertime became just another time of year. The days of cool woodland runs and firefly chasing were done. I'd grown up. Summer followed summer, and I went to college. I got a job, bought a house. I would, sometimes in a nebulous sort of way, notice a beautiful summer day out the window of the car as I was commuting in, but it didn't matter anymore. I met a woman named Tricia. We dated. We fell in love. We got married. She was an easy person to be with. Funny, charming, beautiful. And I loved her. She became a mother, and a damn good one too, I might add. And in the summer of my 35th year, Tricia and I decided to bring Alicia and Max, our kids, up to the mountains for a vacation. Alicia was 9 then. Max only 6. But even so, the danger signs were already there. Alicia would rather watch Netflix or play on her tablet than go outside. Tricia and I agreed we should nip that in the bud right away and give them the life outside the house. So we took it upon ourselves to bring them to the hills, despite all the whining and complaining. The smell is what did it for me. That scent of cool woods and summer sun. It brought me back, like I had never been gone. I let it wash over me, and then I smiled. It was on the morning of the second day after we had arrived when I found them. When I stepped outside onto the deck of our rented cabin, there were a pair of red shoes, the sort a little girl would wear. Oh, Tally, I'm sorry. So sorry I left, that I lost you. I sat down and just stared at the shoes for a long time. The door to the cabin opened and Alicia and Max came out. "Hey, kiddos, what's on the docket for today?" I asked, trying to smile.
"We're going to play with this girl we met at the bathhouse yesterday,"
Alicia said brightly. "Oh, yeah? That's nice," I responded. And then something occurred to me, and I called out to them. "Hey, does your friend wear red shoes?"
"Yeah, she does,"
Alicia said, surprised.
"How do you know, Dad?"
"Oh, just a lucky guess. Tell her I said hi."
"Okay,"
Alicia shouted, and she led her brother off down the road. Thank you, Tally. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that episode, go ahead and hit that like button. And for more of our story time, go ahead and subscribe for more stories every week. But until then, I will see you next time.